because I use a different platform. But we're on. Yes, we're live. Hi. All right. Are you still playing small? Are you still like, oh, who am I to do this thing I want to do? Who am I to reach these people that I want to reach? Who am I to do this thing that's been in my heart? Does that sound familiar? Do you have that little voice coming in? I was just on a coaching call this morning with my amazing Lights Camera Cash blueprint coaching group where I walk my students through all forms of how to be powerful in video marketing. And this recurring theme always comes up of, sorry, I got lipstick on my teeth. I can feel it. But this recurring theme always comes up of who am I to do this? I want to do this thing. I want to put myself out in the world. I want to share this business that I have in a powerful way, but who am I to do this? And what are people going to think of me? So have you ever had voices in your head that say things like that to you? I'm kind of thinking, yeah, because most of us have at some point in time. There's this little small voice that sits in there and is like, oh, who are you to do this? So um, yeah, let's have a conversation about it because I think it's one thing that a lot of people don't talk about, but it's there. It's like in your consciousness, it's in your awareness. So why don't we talk about it? So give it some space and so it can come out and then it can be freed up. So hi, if you don't know me, I'm Ariane Alexander. I'm the Rock Your Business coach and video expert, and I help entrepreneurs all over the world create 6 and even 7-figure businesses using the power of video marketing strategy, social media, and a lot of fun. So, hi, I'm happy to see you today. Please say hello in the little chat so I can know who's here with me. And if you're watching live, awesome. If you're watching a replay, hi, I'm glad to see you too because I go back and I always look at all the comments and everything. So, but basically, this has come up so much with my students through all my years of being a coach is that this voice comes in that says, who are you to do this thing? Like, who do you think you are? So, and I see this so much because I coach so much about videos, right? About how to use video marketing. And videos is what really brings this up because you are being visible, right? You are putting yourself out there. And so that's where today, why I titled this video, like how to give yourself permission to be visible. And I put that Marianne Williamson quote in the copy because I'm going to pull it up again because it's such a powerful quote that really can help us really see where these why there's this recurring theme of I'm not good enough or who do I think I am to do this thing comes up. So let me just pull this up because I love this quote. So it's from Marianne Williamson. A lot of people think it's Nelson Mandela. It's not. It's from the book A Return to Love, Marianne Williamson. It says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Yeah, boom, right? So this is why I love this quote so much because it really speaks to this, you know, thought that we have to stay small in order to make other people feel better because we grow up in a world, and you can tell me if this has been your experience, but I certainly wasn't brought up in a world that's like, be your best, shine as big as you can, even if it makes people uncomfortable, just do what you need to do and be of service in a powerful way and shine that light big. Like, that's not the messages that I got growing up. My parents are very supportive, and I had lovely parents, but like the messaging of the world was not that, is not that. Hi, Charlene. Glad you're here. I know there's some of you here live, so thank you being here live. And if you're watching on replay, hi. So would love to hear where you're watching from. I like to see, put in the chat like where you're watching from, because I like to see where you're watching from all over the world. That's very fun. Okay, so you can look at your own life and see, is that the kind of messaging you were given? Were you Do you have that sense that's like, yes, I get to be big, I get to be powerful, I get to take up space, I get to really create these things I want to do? And if you are, then amazing. You're like 80,000 steps ahead than most of us, because however that was instilled in you, then that's awesome. But most of us are not taught that. And so we grow up staying small and like feeling this. If you're watching this, if you're in my, if you're in my community, you probably have a dream. You have things you want to create. You have awesome things that you want to do. That's what my community is. It's to help you build into this awesomeness that you already are, and to help you be visible, because I find that so many of my clients have this thing that they want to share, have a business and already have a business, but like they want to share it more. They have, I worked with someone last year who was doing an amazing, amazing retreat in, Italy. And I was like, oh my God, this is so great. Like amazing mind blowing retreat in Italy. And she was doing videos to get the message out and to really, share with people about this amazing experience. And it came up within her of like this, ooh, this being visible, I'm being seen, I'm putting myself out there. So it can feel like it's very vulnerable. That's what I hear from a lot of people. It's very vulnerable to put myself out there, which I understand. And that's really a thought. So my offering to you is, what if you can really start to look at these things that come in your head as just thoughts, and start to shift a point of view into a different possibility? Because the possibility is, you get to give yourself permission to be visible. There's nobody else who can give you permission to be visible except for you. So, hi, I'm so glad to see so many of my friends. Here's Charlene's watching from South Africa. What? That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna see who else. Sometimes the names don't pop up, which is because I use a different system to restream things. Anyway, blah blah. It's a whole other thing. But I love to see you here. So thank you for being here. And Jill, it's Jill. Hi, Jill. Nice to see you. Awesome. Okay, good. So tell me, in your, on a scale from 1 to 10, whether you're live or on replay, 1 to 10, where are you in your okayness, your permission to be visible, on a scale of 10 being like, yes, I can go for it. I can be visible. I put myself out there. I take risks. I'm courageous. Like, I'm not worried about what people think. I'm just here to be of service in a powerful way. And this is how I'm going to do it. 10. And then a 1 is like, oh my God, no, I don't put myself out there. I'm still playing small. And 5 is I'm putting myself out there a little bit. I'm kind of visible, but like I have a lot more to go. So just put in the comments where you are on that scale from 1 to 10, so that I know. Okay, Jill says 6. Great. Awesome. And we'll let some of those roll in. So awesome. So most people I find that work with me are kind of around that 5 to 6 range. I mean, some people haven't done really anything, and I coach so much in videos and how to create powerful videos to reach your audience and to really engage people with what your services are. And so most people that come to me have done a little bit of videos, or maybe just starting, but they're certainly not like at a 10, like, rocking it. So if you're in that middle range, if you're basically under an 8, right, then you still have some opportunities for you to be visible. And I want to impress on you again that there's no one that can give you this permission to be visible except for yourself. And it's really just giving yourself permission. That's the first step, is to say that I'm giving myself permission. What happens is, when you say, I'm giving myself permission to do something new, then it frees up something kind of unlocks within you. You're not stuck like waiting, because we're just usually waiting for someone to give us the okay to do something. But in your world of what you're creating in your business and your dreams, there's no one that can give you permission except for yourself. So it's owning that responsibility within yourself is huge, to own the responsibility of like, oh my gosh, I'm responsible for my own permission to be visible, to be seen, to play a bigger game. And I'm not waiting for someone else to do this, to tell me it's okay, because no one's ever going to tell you it's okay. No one can ever tell you it's okay enough, right? Because it all is you anyway. It's all you creating this experience that you're having anyway. So the first step is to give yourself permission, is to say, you know what? I get to do this. And it might be scary, and I might make mistakes, and I might feel rejected, which we'll talk about that in a minute, because I don't even use that word rejection, because it's a made up word. but you get to say, like, it's gonna be a rocky road. I was watching, Brené Brown. I love Brené Brown, The Call to Courage. It's on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Give yourself a gift. If you've watched it already, go watch it again. She's so genius about how she frames things. And she says she works with executives all the time and talking about courage. And, like if you're going to create transformation or change, you have to have the courage to fail, basically, to like mess up and make mistakes. And the executives are always like, yeah. Well, like, I'll try, and like, and maybe I'll fail. And she's like, no, you didn't hear me. You're gonna fail. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna mess up. Like when you put yourself out there and you invite yourself to be visible and you give yourself permission to move forward in a powerful way, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna mess up. And can you be okay with that? Because that's where this muscle of integrity and courage is actually built, is in the mistakes. If this was easy, we'd all be doing it, right? If it was easy to get on a Facebook Live and chat with you, which I love to do, I love to have these conversations because I really get to know you, then everyone would be doing it. But everyone's not doing it because there's this fear of what's going to happen when I put myself out there because I might mess up. Here's the deal: you're going to mess up. I mess up, I don't know, every day, a lot. And like, it's okay. I mess up on Facebook Lives. I mess up on all kinds of videos. I misspell things in emails. I say the wrong things. I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm a human being. Like, it happens. Like, nobody has to be perfect. So, part of this is you giving yourself permission to be visible, you giving yourself permission to be seen, and you giving yourself permission to make mistakes and to know it's not going to be like this smooth ride, because it never is. Life is never like this, like linear smooth line. It's like, wah, 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 right? Like in your business, like it's not like it just goes up and up and up and you're like, wee, it's so easy. Like you're putting legwork in, like you're doing it right, like you're working, and it's ups and downs. So okay, cool. Jill says she's a 6. Charlene says she thinks that she's about a 7. Great. So you're in the track of like being more visible and being seen, which is awesome. And so it's like, well, what's it gonna take to get you to a 9, right? Like, what's it gonna take within you to unlock yourself, your own cage that you've created around yourself that says, "Oh, I'm scared. Ooh, what if I mess up? Ooh, what if I get rejected? What if I fail? What if I fail?" Well, what's failing? What does that even mean? What if everything is a learning opportunity? What if every mistake you make is a learning opportunity to do it differently and course correct? So what if that's why I don't even use the words failing and rejection, because there actually is no rejection. Like, who's rejecting you? It's only you rejecting you. Like, if someone's like, I don't want to buy your thing, it's not rejecting you. It's like they don't need your product right now or your service, or like you haven't done a good enough job of like explaining it or sharing it, or showing them why they need it. So whatever it is, it's not, there's no rejection and there's no failure, because when you start to if you choose to start to looking at life through a lens of possibility and learning, then it's all for learning and it's all in possibility. So how this ties back into visibility and being seen is when you really, and again, thanks so much for being here live. I love seeing you live and on replay. Please pop in the comments too where you are on the scale of a 1 to 10, a 10 in your visibility, of 10 being like, I'm visible, I'm out there, like I'm playing a big game. 1 being like, I'm still hiding, and 5 being like, I put myself out there a little bit, but not a lot. Please pop in the comments. So for you, I want you to read that Marianne Williamson quote again. Like, print it out, put it on your wall, whatever you need to look at, because it's not the light. It's not that you're scared of the light, not the darkness. It's not the failure and rejection. We just think it is. Like, we just make that up. But it's really like standing within yourself and taking full responsibility that you're responsible for playing a bigger game. You're responsible for your visibility. That's what's scary to us. It's like, oh my God, I have to take full responsibility for my light and my awesomeness and like what I can bring to the planet. And I have to own that, because we're not taught that. They don't teach us that in school. And generally our parents don't teach us that, which is again fine, but like you have to learn it now. So does that resonate with you, where this first step in being visible is you giving yourself permission and saying, I'm willing to be visible. I'm giving myself permission. I'm giving myself permission to make mistakes. I'm giving myself permission to be really bad at it and make it messy and still stand in who I am and what I stand for. And that is the first step, because when you start owning your responsibility in this and you start owning your greatness and your power, that's when you can really stand forward. And it takes practice. It doesn't just happen overnight. It's taken me years. Are you kidding me? When I first started doing videos, I was sucked so bad. Oh my God, I was so bad on video. Like my camera was shaking. I don't know where I was looking. My camera angles were all over the place. I didn't know what to wear. I didn't know what to say. I was like, there were a lot of ums and ahs. I didn't know what to say. I had to teach myself all of this. I had to teach myself how to do business. I didn't know. I just kept learning. I've made 8,000 million mistakes with clients, with money, with whatever on video. But like, oh well, show me a person who hasn't. I don't really care anymore. But I've given myself permission to make mistakes. I didn't used to be that way. I was such a perfectionist. I've given myself permission to be visible. I'm like, it's okay for me to take up space and be visible. And so then I can show others how to do it, right? When I give myself permission, I give others that, I inspire them to give themselves permission. Read that Marianne Williamson quote. It's so powerful for where you're at in your life and your business right now in wanting to play a bigger game. So a couple things. Would love to hear your comments. I would love to hear your feedback if this resonates with you. If you're not in my Play a Bigger Game Facebook group, oh my gosh, get on over there. Just just put yes in the comments. And I'll send you a link to the Play a Bigger Game Facebook group, because it's an awesome group where I'm in there live, and it's a community where you can build connection with other entrepreneurs and business people. And you've got a lot of support from me in different aspects of growing your business and strategy, social media, video, marketing, fun, all of that, which is awesome. So go to join my Play a Bigger Game group. And I'm also going to do a video challenge, because I see that so many people need help. So many of you need help with videos. So I'm going to do a video challenge next week. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Go give yourself permission to be visible. Read that Marianne Williamson quote about 8,000 times. And I'll see you next time. Charlene says, I want to play a bigger game. I'll send you the link to the group. Okay, my loves. Ciao.